welcome back once again. Today we are going to discuss some few topics which are coming at the end of our chapter. First of all, we will discuss about stoichiometric calculations. What is stoichiometry means? In Greek, stoichion means element and metry means measurable. Okay, so we are mainly talking about balanced equations. In stoichiometric calculations, we give main focus to balancing the chemical equations. According to the law of chemical combinations, first law we study about law of conservation of mass, isn't it? In that we have studied that during chemical reactions, mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. Let us take an example of combustion reaction. Combustion of methane gas on combustion, that is on burning in air or oxygen, it produces carbon dioxide and water molecule. Now this reaction, when we look at this reaction, is an incomplete reaction or unbalanced reaction, we can say. So in order to balance this, here you see, here we have carbon atoms are equal, one each only, but hydrogen, if you see, hydrogen 4 atoms are here we have only 2 hydrogen atoms. So what we do, we put a 2 over here, so that 2 2s are 4, so hydrogen became 4, correct? But oxygen, because of this 2, it became 4, and this oxygen, by adding this oxygen, we get 4 oxygen atoms. So we will put 2 here, so that it also becomes 1 carbon, 4 hydrogen, 1 carbon, 1 carbon, 4 hydrogen here, 4 hydrogen here, 2 2s are 4 oxygen atoms we have. So this is a balanced chemical equation. So or we can also say, now in terms of chemistry, we can say this follows a stoichiometry. Okay, what is stoichiometry means? Equivalence should be there. In a classroom, if you consider, there are 20 boys and 20 girls. So we can say that is a stoichiometric. And if there are only 15 boys and 20 girls, then we can consider that as that case we say that is a non-stoichiometric. Stoichiometric means equality in the components. Equality means equal. Okay, equal. They are LHS and RHS. If it is equal, we can say that measurements are stoichiometric in nature. Okay, children. So this particular reaction we can also explain in 2-3 ways. That is, here 1 molecule of or 1 mole of this CH4 means CH4 is 1 CH4 only. Okay, so 1 mole of CH4 on reacting with 2 moles of oxygen produces 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water. Okay, here in terms of mass, when you consider, we know this carbon 12 plus hydrogen 4, so total we have 16 gram in terms of gram molecular mass, and here oxygen we have 2 into 2 16s are 32. 16 is the atomic mass of oxygen, so 2 means 32 it comes. 32 into 2 is 64. So 64 gram on reacting with water. 16 gram of methane molecule, we get what do we get? We get carbon dioxide. How much it is? 12 plus 2 16s are 32. So here we get 44 gram of carbon dioxide and 2 into water is 18. 2 into 18 is 36 gram. Right, children? So all these cases, now you see 64 plus 16, how much it comes? 80 we get here, and 44 plus 36 also you get 80. Clear, children? So in terms of mass, when we talk about stoichiometry, must follow equal amount of substances in the both the sides. Gram molecular mass when we consider. Okay, this can be also explained in terms of moles when we, as I said in the beginning, 1 mole of the methane reacted with the 2 moles of oxygen always will produce 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 moles of water molecule. Correct? Now here we are talking about in terms of mass, that is in terms of measurement mass, we are talking about 16 gram whenever 16 gram of methane reacts with 64 gram of oxygen we need, isn't it? Suppose if the oxygen given is instead of 64 gram, if there is only 32 gram, so what happens? This 1 mole of this substance will not react. Why? Because this one what I call oxygen is actually lacking there, isn't it? Suppose during that type of reaction, you can say half amount of suppose if you are reacting 16 gram of CH4 in 32 gram of oxygen. So the reaction will proceed because this is written as in terms of grams. So reaction will produce carbon dioxide and water. But thing is that the exact amount what was actually required to produce, that will not be. Okay. So what happens here? This stoichiometry we write in terms of this particular compound which is actually less in amount, that we call it as a limiting reagent. Okay, so the second concept comes is a limiting reagent or a limiting reactant. Means if during a reaction a substance is actually less than what is actually required for the reaction to complete, so the substance which actually completely get consumed during a reaction, we call it as actually limiting reagent. Okay children, you understood? Say for example, if you take a candle and you light up the candle, and keep a glass above this. What happens? For few minutes, candle will burn. After some time, it will put off its lights, isn't it? You can see that it will actually. Candle will not burn after some time. Why? Because oxygen which is present inside the glass, how much amount was remaining, that got over. Okay. So during any reactions, if one particular substance completely gets consumed during a reaction, means during a particular reaction, a particular reacting species gets completely consumed, then we call it as a limiting reagent. And after the reaction, if some amount of substance remains after the reaction, that we call it as a excess reagent. Reagent or reactant, you can say. Okay, excess reagent means what is actually surplus, what was actually remaining beyond after the reaction, what was actually remaining more than what is required. During some reactions, some amount of gases and all plenty will remain, isn't it, after the reaction also. So those substances we call it as a excess reagent. Okay children, listen here. Let's do an example. 1.0 gram of magnesium, Mg means magnesium, is burned in a closed vessel. So you have to remember, closed vessel, that much amount of oxygen only will be available. Okay, that's why it is written Mg is burned in a closed vessel which contains 0.5 gram of O2. It is also mentioned that there is only a 0.5 gram of O2 is available. Which is the limiting reagent. We do not know whether 0.5 gram of O2 is a limiting reagent or 1 gram of Mg, that we have to find out. So which is the limiting reagent or reactant, or also a question is asked, what is the amount of MgO formed? Okay, how much amount of MgO will be formed? Okay, if this is the criteria. Okay, let us find out. Now, for this type of questions, first of all, children, we have to write the balanced chemical equation for the reaction. That is, Mg on reacting in oxygen produces MgO. Again, this reaction is an unbalanced reaction. You have to balance the reaction because two oxygen atoms are there. Here only one oxygen atom. So put a 2 over here. So it became a 2O, and since this 2 is common for magnesium also, so you have to put a 2 over here also. So 2Mg reacts with the O2 gives 2MgO. This is the balanced chemical equation. Now let's look into the how much amount of gram moles are present. Okay, in terms of gram atoms, let us consider 2 mg means 48 gram. Okay, children, one atom of mg is actually 24 gram, and 2 atoms of oxygen means how much? 32 gram. You know that 16 gram is the atomic mass of oxygen. Now 2 into, we have 24 plus 16. How much comes? 80 gram. Okay. What does it mean? It means whenever 48 gram of Mg on heating in presence of 32 gram of, if more than 32 also oxygen is there, we have nothing to do. Reaction will take place. We need 32 gram in order to complete 48 gram to form of 80 gram of magnesium oxide. Okay, children. But now look at the context. Here we have 1 gram of Mg only we have. We don't have 48 gram. So we need to use 48 gram. 0.5 gram of oxygen is also available. Okay, how much amount of MgO formed we have to find out. We have to also find which is the limiting reagent. Okay, first step, let us find out the limiting reagent. 48 gram of Mg reacts with oxygen equals 32 gram. Therefore, 1 gram of Mg reacts with oxygen means 32 divided by 48. If 48 gram of Mg reacts with oxygen, we need 38 gram of oxygen, right? So children, here 48 gram of Mg reacts with oxygen is 32 gram. So what is what we are finding is 1 gram of Mg reacts with oxygen, that is 32 gram divided by 48 gram. Okay, here comes the answer. You will get 0.67 gram. But oxygen available is how much? 0.5 gram. Which is more? 0.5 or 0.67 is more? Which is more? So what we can understand, in order to react 0.1 gram of Mg, we have only 0.5 gram of oxygen. So which is the limiting reagent? So limiting reagent is what we can write? Limiting reagent is what? Oxygen. Okay, children? So which is less in amount, that substance is called limiting reagent. Now what is asked to find out? How much, what is the amount of MgO formed also we have to find. So second step, we have to consider the amount of MgO present. So children, 32 gram of oxygen reacts with Mg to form MgO is how much? 80 gram. Okay, then we have 0.5 gram of O2 reacts with Mg, magnesium, to produce MgO, magnesium oxide, equals 80 divided by 32 into 0.5. How much it comes? It comes 1.25 gram. So children, the second question answer also we have got. The amount of MgO produced is 1.25 gram only. Right? So that is the way in which we can find out the amount of MgO produced when 0.5 gram of O2 react. It can be any amount, okay, depending upon that we can find out how much amount is produced. Okay children, so do this type of numericals which are related to limiting reactant as well as stoichiometric calculations and practice them. Okay children, thank you and have a nice day.